and we will end this just shortly. I just want to reiterate a little bit more before we go one more time, that Paul is not talking about Jesus of Nazareth at this. He's talking about Jesus Christ, the Lord, which for him is Yeshua Sar Hapanim, the righteous Messiah who's done so much for us throughout history, throughout time. He is the Jewish Messiah. And he makes reference to Jesus of Nazareth sometimes in his epistles to let people know that he is saying, oh, by the way, our righteous Messiah has appeared recently as Jesus of Nazareth. But generally what he's trying to teach people is about the Jewish Messiah from the sort of Akivas type Christology of what the Jewish Messiah is. This is one who's been around with us for a very long time. He's done a lot for us. And in recent times too, he's come and visited us again. But he's going to come one day to rule the world with an iron rod. That's not what Paul is saying. It's happened. What he's saying, and I think people miss that point. They don't understand that this is what Paul's doing. And that's why they think that it's that the Jews somehow have missed the Messiah, because they don't realize that Paul is actually talking about the Messiah who's been with us for all this time, and he's revealing his name because he thinks, you know what, it's okay. But that's something which is unique, which Paul is doing, because we don't reveal his name. I'm saying his name because I'm a Petach Hamor, and that's my duty to do so for the nations. But Jews don't say this name. They say it one time a year, in the prayer, quietly, which we say to ourselves quietly between the first and second trumpet blasts on Rosh Hashanah. And otherwise, we don't say it. We call him Memtet. Metatron is more common. Again, this is a name we don't say, but we call him Memtet or Matat, Sar Hapanim. But we don't say Yeshua except once a year. So this is something he's saying. But now his name's been revealed, and it's in time for everybody to know this, because look, he was here, and his life was there in Jesus of Nazareth. He was very clearly, he's saying Jesus of Nazareth was very clearly Yeshua Sar Hapanim. And he's trying to teach people about Yeshua Sar Hapanim. But this is what a lot of people don't get. And I think that's why they misunderstand what Paul is doing. If you see him this way, you realize that he's absolutely a Pharisee. Okay, I'm sorry for just expanding that a little bit more, but I thought it's necessary today. Yeah.
Well, as New Testament Christians, we need to understand that, because our distillations are dogmatic in our minds, and I think we fail to understand the full counsel of God unless we understand what Judaism teaches on this. And it's liberating. I mean, it is. I mean, and so much as we've seen, and people realize that there is no two ships in the night, as we saw in that debate. There is total harmony, and this is what we're teaching. Yes.
It should be working together. To be honest, whenever you see Christians sitting down and fighting against each other over terms, you know that Satan is at work. You know that this Satan is at work here. His job is to try and confuse people, because our sages teach us that what we should be doing is working together side by side to bring the kingdom of God on earth. So that's what we're supposed to be doing. That's when you see Jews and Christians working together, like, for example, in the CJCUC, you know that God is at work. When you see them sitting down to have a debate and fighting against each other, calling each other names, then you know that Satan is at work here. They're failing the test. They're failing the test. All right.